Gentlemen, to the cast, and thank you for sticking with us here as we get ready to begin the first match of the CEVO-P, easy for me to say, Season 5 playoffs. The first match, as we mentioned earlier, is Froyotech versus Classic-MixUp. We've got everyone in server right now. We have all our issues worked out, and everyone's in the server, so, I mean, Gex, let's just look at the lineups.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at them here. Over on Mix-Up, we have Harblu, Enigma, Platinum, TLR, and Zalox, as well as Indust. Can't forget about him. And then over on Froyotech, we have Clockwork, Lange, Blaze, Dashner, Shade, and we're missing somebody there that I failed to mention, as it's going to come up here in a second.
We have 6 on 5 in server, but we are very close. Like we mentioned earlier, that different Classic-MixUp lineup. We have Enigma, Harblu, Platinum, TLR, Zalox, and Indust, the two newer faces, and Harblu, of course, filling in on Scout. And this is kind of the big, I guess all eyes are on Harblu. We know he can do it on pretty much every other class. He can do it on Scout, too. I think we mentioned earlier he's played a little bit of Scout in the past in ESEA, but certainly not a class he's known for. He is a main medic and a main soldier, but...
yeah, I think regardless, though, he's definitely still going to be a presence out there.
It seems like are we live here?
Are we?
Did we completely miss that? Or it's DMing it out right now.
Yeah, it looks like the players are playing as if it is, but I guess
they're warm. They're
they're
absolutely warm. So the first map of this match between Mix-Up and Froyotech is on this process map. So let's talk, Gex, about what are we looking to see on this map. And the team that I keep fixating on is Classic-MixUp, because, as we say, all of the changes and whatnot. What do you expect to see out of them on this very first map?
Well, you know, especially on process here, it is such a big soldier map where there's so many clean areas to jump through and all that. So, you know, I'd like to see some of the soldiers getting in there, you know, Platinum and TLR really taking control of these mids out here. But, you know, I think a lot of this is going to be run by the soldiers. We'll see how it works out here. Of course, two very strong soldiers over on Froyotech's side as well. So I think a lot of the mids, too, are going to be determined off of what plays those soldiers can make in those initial mid fights.
One other thing to look at on Classic-MixUp is Platinum playing Pocket Soldier, and it's not like the Harblu situation. Plat is very much at home playing Pocket Soldier. He's very strong on it. He played it for quite a while. Known for demo as well, obviously, but Plat feels very comfortable on that role. I spoke to him, obviously. The other thing on Classic-MixUp, I want to see what Zalox has in store, because Zalox, you know, he didn't have the advantage of playing all season long. He was brought in sort of at the last moment. He is very strong. He's LAN proven. He's played at events exactly like this in the past. He is a very skilled demo man. That is his main class as well. Zalox, I think, will be a big key. On the other side of the field in the red, we have Froyotech. And what can we say about Froyotech? First thing, obviously, being they proved themselves as world champions just recently. What are you looking for on that side, Gex?
Well, you know, of course, the duo of Banny and Clockwork, which is just an unreal duo of scouts. I think you're going to see a lot of plays being made out of those guys. Banny and Clockwork, they work so well together. Two of the best scouts in the game. And, of course, you know, you have Shade, an all-star medic, and just in general, as I said, with the soldiers, too. Two very good soldiers, an all-around dynamite team. So we're heading into this first mid right here. As we are, is this... In
just a moment here.
Yeah, in just a minute. Sorry, we're get a little confused there. But yeah, so all around, such a solid team with Froyotech. I mean, you really can't go wrong with any of their players there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, like I say, I think that all eyes will sort of be on Classic-MixUp, but it looks like we are live. And on this first mid, I told you earlier, I'm looking at TLR. I feel like we want to look at the soldiers on this middle, because I feel like if you're Classic-MixUp, you've got to come out strong out of the gate. So Tyler, fantastic roll out here. They're shutting out Dashner right off the bat and right away. Here comes Blaze to try to take some of that mid back. TLR is still working on the right side here, and he's hiding behind the crates here right now. Wants to try to come in on Shade, and he's got back up there by Harb. Harb comes in, and a lot of damage on that right side. Nobody down yet on this mid. Finally, we have first blood as TLR and Plat go down. Clockwork down. Harbs is coming in on Blaze. He looks like he might have to back out of here, though. I know Harb wanted the med, and he's coming in on Blaze now as well. Harb's sticking it in there, though. Finally goes down. There's 3 down now, 4 down for Mix-Ups. Looks like Froyo will take this very first mid.
Yeah, there was so much initial pressure there off the start, too, with MixUp. They were just shutting them down in the choke, and then eventually the reinforcements came in there from Froyotech, got the frags they needed, and were able to take it back. So right now we do have that second point that will be capped here shortly. It looks like they're just keeping that pressure up. Froyotech is, and they've already worked their way into lobby. They do have full Uber. Both sides have the full Uber charge right now, waiting for this battle to go out as that second point gets capped off. So we'll see here what kind of picks. MixUp working their way back into the lobby right now, though. Yeah,
they had there was a very early presence. Shade was in there very early, and nice job by Shade getting those heals out. But I feel like Blaze wanted to go right off the bat, but now we're going to wait. We're going to have a classic moment here as Indus obviously has the defensive Uber, and so onus is kind of on them right now to make something happen and try to see if they can get that pick. Clockwork goes down in that, and I didn't catch it on my screen here, but we have, looks like that's going to be enough. Enigma poking here, trying to get out, and Shade knows that something's bound to happen here in a moment. He's kind of backing up, but both teams just sort of holding position quite well.
Yeah, they did lose Blaze in the process as well. Froyotech did. He got caught in the rollout area there and just got blasted with some rockets there. So each team is down a player right now. Scout down Hardblue for them, and he actually is just going to go ahead and get the spawn there for MixUp. So Clockwork's going to get the pick on the Zaylox
goes down.
Zaylox going down, so this is a good time for them to move in here. It looks like they're going to come in shutter side. They do pop that Uber into the last point, flashing Banny as he's trying to work around, get some frags. He does take down TLR, so now that's 3 down for MixUp as they just continue to pressure onto this point. Platinum's there trying to hold them off. They do have the heavy out. That's Hardblue, but a soldier's behind them. They pop the Uber finally. They never had the counter pop, and that's going to give them room to hold this last point now, and Froyotech forced to back off here as that counter pop did come in. Actually, though, they are keeping a bit of pressure, but now it looks like they are going to go ahead, back up their rollout, and set up here on the second point.
Froyo is such a strong team. I knew right away after they backed out away from that Uber that they would want to go right back in right away, but a fantastic job by MixUp, just as smart for them to bring it out. They're going to bring Harbs right out on heavy, which is an interesting decision. Clockwork is back at last, meanwhile. He finally gets cleaned up by Platt. He was trying some shenanigans on the back cap, but Harbs now on this offensive heavy. Not a perfect point to go, but he's just trying to shut this down if he can. He's at 3 health right now. Platt's going to come save the day if he can. 4G staying in 2. Both teams super aggressive and not wanting to give up ground so far, Gex.
Yeah, really. I mean, they're just keeping the pedal to the metal, both of them. But right now, it looks like Indus is going to have an advantage here with this Uber. So let's see. They're just capped that second point. Looks like they're kind of starting to work their way in towards choke here. So we'll see exactly what they do. Platinum already is moving his way in, but Blaze is going to bomb back into the choke there. He is actually going to take down Enigma, but Zaylox is going to clean up on him. And the Uber was actually popped here, so they're going to force them straight back out of the mid here, it looks like, as they've backed up all the way into choke. Froyotech has. But they now are actually going to have that Uber here in just a second, and 10 more percent. They'll be able to push back into this mid, and Indust has gone down, and Hardblue was able to get a kill on the Clockwork. So now he's 1% away, finally gets that Uber. Shade does, and he's going to go ahead and pop it as Platinum bombs back in towards that choke. And Zaylox was able to pick up one onto Lansky, though, forcing them back a bit. Zaylox is pretty hurt. Platinum goes down as well. So now it looks like MixUp has now been forced back in through that choke, and Froyo will hold that mid.
Tell you why I like Hardblue on Scout so much, Gex. We saw there that there was a pick on Indust who went down, and as soon as it happened, Hardblue, now on Scout, came in to try to make a play on the medic himself. And having that history as playing medic so much in the past, that's a killer instinct to have, and to have sort of that sensibility. He almost got the pick, but we saw right off the Shade popped sort of just in time. Right now, this point still, we're still here just at middle. Froyotech just sort of planning their push. Duatna coming right in, a lot of aggression. In comes Blaze, flying through the air as well. Lansky in as well. Platinum trying to just shut this down, but Platinum's going to back out here. Nice job, though, by Indus doing the heals, but it's just those 2 left. Nice pick there on Banny going down. But there's going to be very few blue players left, and this looks real good for Froyo.
And they just popped this Uber straight into last right here. Not looking good for them. Indus getting bounced up into the air. Duatna is going to finish him off. They're still waiting on this second cap here, but the whole team has been wiped. Have to imagine they get it. There it is. First round going over to Froyotech.
You can almost give that round to the respawn timer there. Just sort of unfortunate timing by MixUp, just not getting out in time. But second round, let's take us through it here.
So here we go. We got, of course, the old demo man just jumping their way on through. Let's see if the soldiers can get in there and get just as aggressive as they did last time. Blaze is already in on that fast rollout, steals the health pack as well, and then he's going to get counter jumped by TLR there. Duatna trying to get some off but can't seem to get too much. Blaze did go down. He's the only casualty so far in this mid mix-up. Scouts, Enigma and Hardblue both up on the crates, and TLR is going to bomb back in, getting on a shade, pops him up in the air. He's very hurt, can't seem to finish him off. He's so lit, falling back down finally to his death there, almost making it out alive, but 3 down right now for Froyotech, and they've been forced out of this here. Even see if DrShdwPuppet can get away. He's pretty hurt as well, but I think he is going to make it out there, so Mix-Up picking up that mid.
TLR doing a fantastic job. I was watching TLR for much of that. I'm noticing a lot of standout play by the Scouts as well. So far, a lot of fantastic cleanup by these Scouts. We talked about how we've got 4 of the best Scouts really in the game, including Hardblue in that. You know, it's hard to deny that, but at any rate right now we're looking at full Uber for Indust and not full Uber for Shade, who's only at about 25%, so a pretty good situation here for Mix-Up as they take the upper hand, and I'm wondering, is it going to be a lot of this back and forth play as we go along here?
Yeah, it's what we've seen so far, and it looks like they do get that Uber popped in here onto the second point, and that's just going to force Froyo out, not going down any players though. So their Mix-Up is going to be able to pick up that second point. We'll see what they do now. They do have this advantage, but let's see if they just hold last with it.
Yeah, we have no, it feels like there's no warm-up round to this. I mean, this is legit. This is a LAN. We're here, it's real, and both teams coming just straight out of the gate with high aggression, and I don't think they're going to let up on the gas right now. Certainly, we're just sort of waiting now. We just had a trade TLR for Clockwork, and I think if you're a Mix-Up, you're not going to want to push in without TLR, obviously. Building Uber right now. Indus is at 65, and I'm wondering, is Froyo going to maybe try to come out and show a little bit of aggression here? Lansky's just up and rolled out right now. Just sending out some spam.
Looks like they're waiting. Actually, Hardblue getting on the cap, though, getting a lot of time, and DrShdwPuppet stopping him just at the last second there. Very close. Heads-up play from Hardblue there. Almost snuck in on him. But now both teams do have the full Uber, and Hardblue is down for Mix-Up. So let's see, as looks like Froyo's getting a bit of spam out here back towards them. Platinum was actually able to take down Clockwork, so we'll see if Mix-Up then might go off that, and it looks like they're starting to work their way in here. As they do pop into last, they're going to send Platinum in, trying to take down Lansky. Finally does, but the counter pop coming in from Froyotech right here as Blaze was able to get TLR. DrShdwPuppet getting Platinum as well. Zaylox getting caught out right now, taking a bit of damage, not going down though, and finally getting blown up by DrShdwPuppet's stickies. So they are going to be able to hold last right there as Mix-Up is 3 down, having to back up towards mid.
DrShdwPuppet doing a hell of a lot of work there. I was watching DrShdwPuppet. TLR was doing a lot of work as well. I think that right now, if you're Froyotech, you're just sort of in panic mode because so much of that point was capped off, and we know how quickly that last point caps. A lot faster than, say, mid or second. And again, Harb's just coming in. Maybe that's Harblue's scout style. He's just going to jump on it, pick it away, and just see what he can do. It can work. We see it on these 5CP maps quite a bit. We talked about how Badlands is coming up after this, but we've got an attempt here at a recap of second. Just missing the air shot is Blaze, and sort of using their big body presence here. They are going to get that second cap.
Yeah, as they start to work their way towards mid right now, the Ubers are pretty much even on both of these guys here, so no advantages to work off of, but it looks like Froyo's still staying aggressive here. Clockwork was able to take down TLR, so that might be something for them to work with here as they were pushing through IT. So as they come out of it right now, Platinum was able to take down Clockwork, but they have worked their way, and the Uber is popped and forced out of Mix-Up right there, and he is still working around. It looks like Shady still has his full Uber, finally getting on the counter pop there as Banny was able to finish off Platinum, and they're just going to push him out of this mid right here as they continue to keep the pressure up towards this second point. Enigma's going to get caught out as well by Banny, so there it is. Actually, no, they were forced to actually go back and get him from behind there, so now they're going to just have to basically have a second mid fight here. DrShdwPuppet still on that kill spree as he takes down Hardblue, trying to get their way back into mid here, and it looks like they are going to get that midpoint now.
I'm watching Indust a lot, Gex, because we talked a little bit about we'll be talking about the lineup changes all day. Obviously, though, most of the season, Medic was played by Hardblue on this classic mix-up team, but Indust is a fantastic Medic as well. He's been here. He's been to Invite. He's been to the top level of TF2, and he's showing great poise so far. There's no sign that, you know, there's any kind of rust or anything like that. I know classic mix-up have been playing their tails off for several weeks, and they certainly seem ready. I'm seeing no cracks or nothing at all in the armor here. This looks about as strong of a classic mix-up as we've seen.
Yeah, I'm loving how the whole combo is working out here, and of course, Indust, very experienced player, very capable. So, so far I've really been enjoying what they've been putting out there. Of course, Froyo is up 1 round, but that's nothing right now. Still got a lot of game left, so MixUp playing well.
Shade sitting kind of way back, not wanting to pop. Shade just kind of living at home, was just very, very passive. It'd be interesting right now. Let's get in on the comms for Team Froyotech. How does that sound?
Oh yeah. Take us away.
Okay, seems like it's not working. No comms. We'll come back to that later. We can act them out maybe, but at any rate, certainly they just lost Blaze, and they're going to be waiting still. And if you're MixUp right now, do you try to force the issue here right now and take it down their throat a little bit? Because, what's in Shade's head right now is he's just waiting around, living at this mid.
They're looking like they want to aggress, and they are in Shade now, actually. I've actually lost sight of him right now. Harblue's actually managed to get his whole way behind them at the moment. Excuse me. Yeah, all the way behind him at the moment right now. MixUp's still sitting back on the second point, though, and...
What is Harb doing?
Yeah, he's
Harblue's at red
behind
last.
him there. Yeah, he's... I've seen it. I actually saw him do this in one of the last matches of the season, actually, for CEVO. He was on Roamer on Metalworks, and he just did the same kind of thing. Got behind him and just sat there behind him for like 5 minutes until somebody finally got there and killed him. But here we're still just seeing this stalemate Fortress 2 right here. As Froyo's still sitting in this mid, Shade just running around, getting the buffs out. But
yeah, one of these classic moments as finally Clockwork's radar goes off and he comes all the way back to last to pick out Harb on that interesting little play. So Harb out of the fight here now. It's not going to be enough, I don't think, certainly on Scout. Shade down to 56 as the Uber finally does come in, though, as the stalemate moment is over. And down goes TLR, was trying to make a play. The Scouts cleaned him up real easy. Clockwork and Banny doing the Clockwork and Banny thing. But right now, what do we have? We've got Indus is getting in a little bit of trouble here. And, oh, my lord, just popping right in time. He's got his old partner, Banny, on his face. That's a storyline we haven't even touched on yet, is Banny and Indus history, but we can talk it later. We've got a cap going down right now as Enigma is still here just trying to work on Lansky. Get back out of there. There's a partial cap on it, too.
Well, right now it's 3 down at the moment for Froyotech, 3 down for MixUp.
Kind of a bloody fight here.
Even fight, just battling it out back and forth here in choke is Blaze and Lansky. Lansky finally going down there. Blaze trying to get something. He gets the equalizer on him. Incredible.
We got the first skill stick kill of the tournament. What do you think?
Oh my goodness, that was awesome. That was a treat to see. But now we have Froyotech, who's back out in this middle here. They still haven't been able to get in towards the second point. MixUp's going to be able to come back in here, defend it. And it looks like we're pretty much back to the same place we were here a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, 2 types of stalemates on process. One that just happens with nothing, and one that comes after a bloody DM fight with body parts everywhere, and you just reset, and we're resetting now. It's starting to get to the point where we're going to start looking at time. We're about halfway through here. We got about 16 minutes to go, as you can see. So, only 1 round down so far. Of course, Froyo took the first round, and right now, I mean, we're just looking for picks right now, and again, just playing really safe, both teams. Worth noting, though, that there was a switch to Kritzkrieg. I don't know if we mentioned that.
I didn't even see that one right there. They do have it. They're going to pop it out of sewers here right now. They aren't able to get anything with it. It looks like they've backed up completely. Was able to take down TLR there, actually, with it, so... not too much else, and the counter pop is going to come in right there from MixUp, straight back into them here on second. Lansky getting denied and falling to his death by Platinum, and Zaylox was able to get Blaze, though, as well. Oh my
Blaze
goodness.
was waiting for the perfect moment, tried to come in on Indus, but got taken out. Blaze had a nice play, actually, where he just sort of hid up in hallway and popped out at the perfect time, and sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. But right now we have 2 players up. It's just Duwatna and Shade. Capable as they are, it's going to be an easy middle cap here for Classic-MixUp.
Shade getting back to the second point with the help of his teammates there to meet up with him. So as you said, MixUp is going to get that mid back here. So we'll see another, well actually Shade is still up on that Kritzkrieg though, so we're going to have to see them get this and try to do something with it. But it looks like MixUp was going to keep the pressure up there for a second. Somebody getting on that mid cap, it was actually Clockwork who gets taken down. So right now we already have some MixUp players.
We had Uber forced out.
The crits was popped. Lansky able to pick up 2 with that one, and they're going to try to get into mid and get something else with it, but I don't think they're going to be able to mix up, keeping a bit of pressure into these sewers here. TLR does go down as well to DrShdwPuppet, so Froyotech keeping the pressure in here, but the counter pop coming in from MixUp as they just start blasting their way in towards the second point here. Enigma was able to take down Shade, but a couple now going down from Froyotech, and now that's going to be Indust who gets caught out. MixUp just getting annihilated there, down 4 players, and that mid is going to go back to Froyo.
Still poised by Indust, though. I was impressed there that he didn't drop. He had everything in his face, and he did pop off his Uber. He was able to kind of get away before he got swarmed, but no drops here. I mean, Indust is on by all indications here. And so, again, I keep looking at the time, Gex. I mean, we have 13 minutes, and so at this point, every round becomes so important. It's going to be very important here for Classic-MixUp to go ahead and take a round. Maybe we'll end up tied. Maybe one team will go on a run here. It's let's keep an eye on that time. 13:35 or so to go. And hard to say who has the momentum right now. It is still pretty even.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, regardless of that one-round advantage that Froyotech has right now, it is such an even game back and forth, but the time is going to be against MixUp here a little bit as they actually now go down 2 players, but the time is going to be against them. If it stays stalemate-y like this and just kind of back and forth, they're really going to have to look at getting around here sooner. They're just going to keep getting pushed back constantly. It's going to be back and forth. So right now, it looks like we have MixUp coming through IT right now. TLR was able to start it off by taking down Blaze, and they just continue pushing in through here. Both teams do have that full Uber. Finally popping in, here's MixUp, and then the counter pop coming in from Shade for Froyotech. So just smashing faces into each other with the Ubers here in mid as they're still trying to keep a bit of a fight up. Banny is starting to work in behind them. Yes, he is behind them, so have to keep an eye out on him as he continues to go through here, as he might be able to get some sort of flank. Actually, he's getting in on that second point, gets a bit of cap time, trying to stay alive, get some sort of a pick, but Platinum is going to shut him down there. So right now, pretty much back to where we started once again, it looks like, at just sitting here waiting for the second push.
And I get the feeling here, Gex, we've seen a lot of kind of plays now where people are flanking behind and getting in and sort of, you know, they're pulling out all the stops is how it feels like to me. You know, they're not, there's no test round, there's no scoping out the other team. I mean, they're pulling out the strats right now. And again, this is LAN. I mean, this is not online play. And so you're sitting there with your team. The energy is a lot different. You know, it's a lot more different than, say, sitting in your bedroom and, you know, playing on your computer after you watch TV, you know?
Yeah, definitely a lot different. Whole different dynamic on the LAN environment. But so far, it looks like these guys are embracing it. It's just such aggressive yet careful play here from both of these teams. Nobody wants to make the mistakes, and it's been pretty back and forth, stalemate for the most part so far, but it looks like MixUp getting a bit aggressive here towards that IT side.
Why don't we get MixUp's, well, let's get MixUp's comms. Nope.
Nope. Still nothing.
Seems like still no. So we'll try it again in a bit. But you know, I imagine that as we're starting to tick down the time here, we're looking at 11:20. They certainly have got to pick up one, as it is just still 1-0 for 4G right now. This is the first map of 3. We mentioned we are moving on to Badlands after this, and if needed, we're going to be playing on CP Sunshine. We have a switch over to Sniper. It's Mr. Clockwork himself on Sniper. I think that's the first Sniper we've seen so far. And he's just sort of sitting back and, I guess, waiting for his team to tell him, hey. Well, actually, he's just looking down this choke area right now. Let's see if he can pick something out here.
Sniper is a very effective tool here on this map. Finally, somebody is trying to make the play, as we have just been sitting here back and forth. But really, though, it's MixUp are the ones that have to make the play, as they are down around right now, and that time just keeps ticking away every second. So
look at Banny here, though. I mean, Banny just right down the throat. I mean, about as far up on the battle lines as you can possibly be, as Clockwork just sits back there, just trying to pick it out. Any kind of shot he can get, even a body shot or something like that, that the rest of his team could clean up on would be nice. Looking at Zalox here right now, and again, I mean, I still feel like the onus is really on MixUp here to make something happen. You can't sit here and wait forever, can you guys?
Yeah, and there goes Clockwork going down there, but they really can't wait forever. As I said, time is against them, though. They do take down Clockwork, so it looks like they're going to start to move in here a little bit. TLR does go down by Blaze, though. Actually, they're going to exchange, and TLR will fall to his death. So right now, it is just pretty much back to where we were, as Froyotech actually down 2 players, just getting one of the spawns in, and here we are.
Harb is up on Spy. We've got Spy, and it's Harblu. And I feel like Harblu is having, I see what Platinum meant when he said that Classic-MixUp's having fun. Harbs is just doing everything, as we have the Uber popping in, and Zalox is going to try to back up, just set up some sticks, see what he can do. Clockwork on the prowl right now. Again, what a strong... Well, Bandy went down, his partner, but he's coming in, trying to... Oof, gets the pick there. That's 2. He gets Zalox as well, and... Oh boy, Harblu not doing too bad himself. Harblu picked up Shade, his, I can call him the medic counterpart, even though Harblu's playing Scout today.
Yeah.
Harb cleans up Blaze there, so Harb on a little run here, and boy, oh boy. Even though I don't know if I've seen him on Scout, I don't know if there are many other better Scouts from what I've seen so far today.
Yeah, he's been really holding his own here so far, playing well. So looks like MixUp is going to get this middle point back here, but just about actually though. Froyotech is going to force them straight out here as they are going back in through choke. I really thought they should have been able to get that mid there, but I guess not. So it's back to where we again once were. But as you were saying, I have been pleased with his Scout play so far here. He seems to be making some plays, and overall both these guys just playing well. MixUp really just needs to start making some plays here. They're down, and the time is working against them. Yeah,
and I mean, this could be maybe a situation here where MixUp are thinking, you know, they don't need to win 2 or 3 rounds. Maybe they just want to wait and wait, leave their push till later, take 1 round, tie it up, and go from there. I don't know if that's what's in their head or not, but, you know, I mean, they've been playing very strong, but they don't yet seem like a team who's desperate. But as time goes on here, 8 minutes and 10 seconds, and here we go. The Uber gets popped here. Indus popping first. Good Uber as Shade kind of milks for a split second there. We'll see now what comes of this, and this could be very important if MixUp get a very good Uber, and if they can follow up on it. This could turn the tide a little bit. Right now, DrShdwPuppet getting a ton of kills. He took out Zalox, I believe. He had 2 or 3 kills there. 2, sorry. He finished off TLR. 2 players left up. It's just Harbs and Indus, and that's not going to do a whole lot, but we still got 2 points here we got to cap.
Yeah, as they get in here on this second point, MixUp got pretty annihilated there, though. Froyo losing a good bit in the process, but here we go. They are going to just build up that Uber, build, and they are going to have about a 30% advantage right now, so this will be good for them to work in with as long as they don't bleed off players, but it looks like waiting for the reinforcements, get that Uber, and just push into last with it.
So the so-called Highlander defense is up. We have the construction man, Enigma, using Engineer, getting his gun up. We have the Heavy. That's Harblu, who's going to get the off-class award, I think, of the tournament. I'm calling it now. Just holding down this last, and this is not where MixUp want to be, and so a defense will be very important here. The thing that's so good for Froyo is they can wait. They don't have to act. They can just sit here and just stay at last and force MixUp to do something, but Clockwork doesn't understand the word wait, I don't think, because he's just in. He doesn't care. He's going to come in and get a pick if he can. Boy, these Scouts just so aggressive. I mean, they're not playing around. Clockwork in, I mean, he's just living in there. Until someone could do something about it, he took the gun down.
Finally going down there, and it looks like actually Froyotech starting to work their way, and Banny's in as well right now, but he's going to get taken down. That's two down now for Froyotech. DrShdwPuppet was able to get Enigma in the process, but not doing much for them. As Harblu looking like he wanted to aggress onto DrShdwPuppet there, not going to. Both teams at this full Uber charge still, and they finally get off of, looks like they get off of Engineer there as they just kept getting in and picking at his sentry there constantly. He couldn't keep it up at all. It just kept everybody getting in, Scouts and Soldiers. So right now each squad at full, waiting for a play to happen. They've even got off of Heavy as well, it looks like MixUp has. So Lange tried to get in to do something, but getting taken down. Blaze trying to do something as well over from Shutter side, but he's going to get rocked out of this world as well. So right now, that's 2 down for Froyotech right now. Looks like MixUp starting to work their way back in here.
Gotta be it now. It's gotta be time to move for MixUp, and it's Froyotech really just bled 2 players unnecessarily there, and finally we've got some action moving here as MixUp are going to come out. Froyotech going to give them a wide berth here and just sort of lay off, because as I said, Froyotech are not... I mean, it's not the end of the world just yet. We do have 5 minutes, and anything can happen in that time, but Shade hanging back, super just passive. There's no sniper or off-class or anything like that up on MixUp. We've seen off-classes here and there, but we still have Clockwork up on Sniper, and looking at him here as he's going to try to make something happen. I haven't seen any huge sniper plays yet, but I don't know. I mean, this could be it. Let's remember him on the sniper.
Yeah, I've seen him make some amazing plays in the past with it, so let's see if he can do it now. He's worked his way into sewer right now, seeing if his team can clear a way for him. He's still sitting there, sees Indus right now, trying to get the drop on him, misses the shot though. Crucial miss from him right there, so He's still just stuck in there, and that is going to be, as we take a look and see what's going on the outside here. Blaze was able to get Harblue, actually, so right now that's one down. Clockwork still in that choke, seeing if he can work something with the sniper, though. They get bombed on in the force coming out of Froyotech right there from TLR, as that was a very good force from him. Blaze was able to take him out and finish him, but he did his job there and got that force, so MixUp actually pushed all the way back into their lobby, yet they still have this full Uber to push out onto this second with right now, though they are down TLR.
Clockwork wants to make something happen. He's spying down that scope here, and the cap is going on. Meanwhile, he had this shot on Indust, and that'll work. So Clockwork's adrenaline is pumping. He's going to fire a few SMG rounds off for nothing. And I was just about to say that if you're MixUp right now, you can't do this. This is just another case of horrible timing by MixUp as they drop players at the worst time. Froyotech do take the round, and with 3 minutes and 45 or so seconds left, we've got 2-0 for Froyotech. It is not outside the realm of possibility, but it is an uphill climb here for ClassicMixUp if they want to do something. And so I'm told that our comms are working for Mumble Comms. So on this mid, let's listen, or try to listen, to ClassicMixUp.
He's hurt.
Demo's weak, dead.
Nice.
Go now.
Play off Alex. Get up high,
Take top, take top. Scouts are left.
Soldiers left. Kill us
I'm
left.
crushing them.
Someone's destroying their choke. He's 17. Enigma cap, I'm dead. Scouts in. They're sewer. Sewers, I'm capping. They're pretty weak, so you guys should go. We're all good on top. I'm not with you guys. I'm not with you guys.
I'm not there too. There's still a scout in sewer.
Kill him
He's
or
dead.
no?
He's dead.
Scout's on point right now.
On Alex.
Come in. He's a free kill.
90.
Demo back.
Just try to go for cap.
They're out, they're out.
Heal's fine.
Yeah, you need the cap.
Demos roll out.
They'll have
Heal's
Uber
fine,
now.
heal's fine.
Obviously, very important there. You can kind of sense the desperation in their comms, can't you, Gex?
Yeah, really, they just seem urgent, and with good reason, really, because they have about 2 minutes and 40 seconds here, though they are starting to push in towards this last here. So they're going to have to make something happen very quickly to work with that time. So the Uber has been popped in here, straight out of lobby. Platinum flying in, getting force in on Shade, but Banny is up on Heavy as well. I don't think they're going to be able to do much here. Denies Platinum, Lange taking down TLR, and Harblue's up there. He's going to get killed in just a second by Banny here, so absolutely shut down here on that last point, and they're just going to have to back the bus up all the way to choke.
Yeah, not able to get any positioning there. The one person I did see move in and sort of get in was TLR, who was up above, but there was no one else to come in and follow. He got cleaned up very easily. With 2 minutes left here now and down 2 rounds, it certainly seems like MixUp may be looking forward to Badlands, but we'll see how this plays out here towards the very end. We are still seeing really good things from both teams. Like I say, there's no warm-up. This is it. We're going.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are playing really well. Just MixUp making a couple of key mistakes there at crucial times, and that's the only reason I really think that they're down 2 rounds right now. It's been very close back and forth, and MixUp working well with that roster here on LAN, that changed up roster. I've been enjoying it so far. So.
I have as well. I mean, they're definitely meshing together really well. Haven't seen, I mean, I'm trying to imagine in my head who is going to snipe, if anyone, for ClassicMixUp. There's not really a big sniper on ClassicMixUp. We can come back to that later. Both teams right now just holding on to Uber. Again, this map sort of in the books, even though we have 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go, but the teams are going to play it out.
Yeah, Platinum was taken down there, and Blaze going down as well. So here, each team just down a player. Both medics have that full Uber. Hardblue trying to work something in there, but getting denied in a choke. Looks like they're going to come out of sewer here and start to work their way in. TLR has gone down, but Enigma was able to get Clockwork in the process. So now they do pop that Uber. MixUp does. Moving in towards the second point. Shade's going to get the counter pop. And now it's just a battle for this second point here, trying to work with something. Each team down 2 players, but the bomb back in from Blaze, and he takes down Indust. And Lange was able to clean up onto Enigma there, but it looks like Platinum himself bombing back in there, but Lange just denying him completely. Zalox and Choke, they're trying to get something, but he gets taken down. So now that is just free room there for them to work in. TLR does bomb in, though, and Clockwork getting him with the 3-room blade. So there's the mid-cap going over to Froyotech.
Lange just missed the gorgeous air shot, and we're going to start the air shot watch, and I'm sure everyone back at home who's not here in PA will be able to hear it in the crowd when there is an air shot on cam. But the time is going to tick down on this first map, Gex, and so we're looking at first map taken by the reigning world champs, Froyotech.
Yeah, I mean, very, very solid all around, and both teams on that one playing good. but it was just some of those crucial mistakes. And one of the big ones, of course, Indus dropping there as he was coming out of that lower lobby area, taking the body shot and dropping, and that just allowed them to move straight into last. So, you know, it's unfortunate, a couple of unfortunate events there, I think, for MixUp. But so far, I think they can definitely bring it back. You know, they've been playing well, and you just have to see how they can work into this next map.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think a lot of people, or maybe some people, I shouldn't say a lot, but some people were wondering, what are we going to see out of Classic MixUp? This is a lineup we kind of haven't really seen. Toward the end of the season, they did have Zalox, and they did have Indus in. We haven't seen Harb on Scout, but I know at least, as a guy who followed the ESEA season, I wanted to see what they're going to bring to LAN here with Harb on Scout. There's no problem at all. They are very strong as a team, like I said. I agree with you that the sort of the big difference on that map was just that timing kind of issue that we saw in those 2 rounds. We had situations where Classic MixUp, you know, whether they were trying to push out or whatever it was, they went down at just inopportune times and got caught respawning, and it's difficult to defend last when there's no one up. It's unfortunate that that's what made the difference. I don't see a whole lot of other differences, though. Yeah,
I mean, I think if they can just work on some of those timing issues and, you know, work out some of the kinks maybe and get things rolling, that they'll be looking pretty good here moving forward. So, you know, we'll have to see how things go, how they can work on some of those issues. But, you know, hopefully they can get themselves together here, because they're definitely not out of it at all by any means. So just fix a couple of those small things, and I think they'll be all right.
Absolutely. So we are going to move on in this best of 3. That was the first map. The next map is going to be Badlands, another 5 CP map. And following that, if we do need it, we're going to be playing CP Sunshine. So that was the first match that we've seen, and certainly MixUp on their heels. If you're looking at the bracket home, or if you're here in PA and you're looking at them, you know that you know, MixUp, if they happen to drop this to Froy, they're not out. They'll just go to the lower bracket. But yeah, the one last thing that I wanted to talk about is, where's the sniper? How do you counter Clockwork? Who's going to snipe for MixUp? I know that Hardblue plays a lot of CSGO. Yeah. I don't know if he's a big sniper in that, but don't you need a direct answer to Clockwork on sniper on every map?
I think you do, definitely. And I saw Hardblue at the end there, right at the end of the round there. He was trying to, I mean, not that it mattered at that point, but he did get on sniper a little bit. He was seeing what he could work with it. But I mean, for the most part, you know, I don't really know who is the answer. Somebody's going to have to step up to the plate and be that counter to him, because Clockwork is a very strong sniper. And a correction to what we were saying there, that was actually just halftime. Excuse us, we're a little
yes.
We got a little ahead of the game there. We're excited to keep this moving, but that was just halftime. So we're going to see a second half here, so definitely doable for them. And it looks like we're hopping straight back in here. We're going to get into the second half here right now. Froyotech is up 2-0 at the moment. So as we watch these demos here, Zalot's getting caught out early there. Blaze got in very quickly and was able to take him down. So right now they're going to lose their demo right away. MixUp is, and they are not even going to give it a shot at trying to push into that mid. So Freyo is going to be able to pick up that one with the play of Blaze.
Wow, that seemed like almost a free pick. I mean, right off the start of that, right off the start of the mid. I mean, that was just a big pick on Zalox, and I mean, a little surprising. I mean, is this maybe a more pass? Oh boy, and as Indus, TLR, Harb's all down, and this could be a very quick round here. A little shell-shocked here, and I think MixUp are as well. Nobody there. They're going to stack this point. Duatna just going to stick the door up, and we're looking at 3-0.
Oh my goodness, man! They just rolled through them. I mean, first of all, on that mid there, Zalox just not able to keep himself alive and just going down quickly, and then they just got rolled on that second point. I mean, I even missed half of what was going on. They just got annihilated.
Looking at Duatna here on this mid to see, as I'm feeling like Froyotech beginning to take the upper hand on this map, and certainly they feel that way, but not beyond MixUp to make a difference here. Going to see who can take advantage here, as I see the MixUp players are trying to make a difference. Zala's just spraying out that damage. We had an airborne soldier there, and big picks. That's actually Blaze and Shade going down, so no Blaze hero plays on this mid. TLR still up there. It looks like a real good mid for MixUp, and again, they respond. I mean, this is not a case, Gex, where Classic MixUp is not a team that you're going to roll over and get them to sit down. They are fighters.
No, 100%. They're all experienced players, very good. And, you know, as I said, just work out some of those kinks. And it looks like, despite that first round of the second half, on that mid there, they definitely worked them out and just rolled right through them, got the wipe. So right now, onto the second point they go. And they are going to have a pretty huge Uber advantage right here. They were at 80%, now down to 70, but they are going to be able to do something with this here once they get all the reinforcements up to this second point. And, you know, should hopefully here, as long as they play it right, be able to just push straight into last and take the point. Yeah,
I'm looking at Indust again. I don't know why, but Indust is just the player that I keep looking at because, you know, as a new player, that's what I'm looking at. Maybe it's brutal, but he's taking the Uber in here at any rate. Let's see how this plays out here now as we've got a heavy up and Plat flying through. Wow, so Platinum gets annihilated, and that's the end of that. And it looks like Indust wants to... Oof, he wants to stick it out. He's thinking about getting out as he loses TLR now. Enigma down 2. And just sticking it in there. I mean, you need points at this... Wow, at this juncture of the match. But look at this. They somehow pull it out, and a lot of great work there. That was a lot of Harb.
Yeah.
Too much Harb to handle, I think.
Too much Harb to handle, man. That was great. It was good to see him make that play right there, and I think that's your answer as to whether or not he was going to be effective on Scout right there. He got in on that last, got the damage out, and, you know, got them the round there by getting those last picks. So let's take a look into this mid here. Blaze bombing, and once again, Pot almost getting Zaylox caught out, but Zaylox going down to a sticky from Duat, and Blaze was able to take out Harblu as well, so 2 down right now for MixUp. DLR bombing in, trying to get something going, but Clockwork is going to shut him down with the scattergun. So that is the response right back there from Froyotech.
All 4G to me, and Blaze working so hard on all of these middles so far, and just so capable, but he's hot already, and if he can stay hot like this for the rest of this day, boy, oh boy, we might be looking at Froyo adding something to the trophy case, but we'll see what happens here. They still have to do it. They're looking to push in. They're only at 90%. They're about to get their Uber right now. Plat just trying to make something happen. And again, put yourself in the mind of this classic mix-up team. And you know what? Why don't we do it one better? Let's actually listen to what they're doing.
I have to get reset. I'm back.
Going hard?
I can't bear like watching straight constantly.
Yeah, Siggy's on lobby.
Bottom right now.
2 scouts in. 1 scout's behind.
Scouts in our demo.
Got down.
Other scouts roll out. Let's go back on him.
I'm dead.
Blaze is 150.
Fuck.
Demo's
Lobby by himself.
Yeah. I'm a rollout right now. Push it down a little bit. Let's just feel it out. Right, they're too far back. Get back.
Fantastic there. I mean, you can hear the comms. You can hear Plat and those guys just... I like Plaid just sort of just very encouraging and wanting to come out, just being like, listen, guys, we're here. But still, we are just hanging around this last point right now. It looked like it may have been an opportunity to move, but they're not waiting. I mean, they certainly know what's on the line here. They don't want to drop a map. You don't want to drop even a round when you're at this level of play in TF2.
We see Harblu on Sniper right now. Clockwork is on Sniper as well, though. So let's see. Harblu's worked his way, and he gets the drop onto Shade right there with the body shot. And that is exactly what they needed, as they now can try to work something out of last right here, as Platinum does have that full Uber. But Clockwork is sniping as well. They need to keep an eye on him. If they do come out, they need to pop early so they don't take the risk. And that is exactly what they're going to do here. Popping out of the lobby. TLR trying to work something in on Lansky, going down, and Shade has worked his way out here with his teammates, getting pushed out of that mid, but TLR bombing back in. Can he land the shot? He just missed, and Shade will survive with an excellent surf right there, though. MixUp is going to get that second point back, though. They only have 3 players up at the moment. Duatna trying to get in to get something onto them, and here comes Froyotech pushing straight back into them. Harblu getting shut down. Zaylox getting caught out, but landing a huge pipe onto Banny. So there we have it, as now I think Froyo is just going to have to work their way out here. It's a 3-on-3, but there goes Duatna going down, and now they are going to have to get back. So very well played there from MixUp.
A bloodbath. We have a call of nice one going on in game chat. I was going to comment before that one big pipe that Duatna's playing his ass off too. Hit a big pipe of his own a moment or so before, but both demos just obviously doing it. They're not being quiet. Big contributions sort of all around for both teams as Blue does go ahead and take this middle. Banny is now up on Sniper, and it must be nice to have 2 fantastic snipers on your team. You can just pick whoever you want.
Yeah, it's like, you wanna play sniper right now, or yeah, let's just go back and forth with it. It's awesome. But two excellent players as well. Blaze bombing in though, trying to work something. He does take down Zaylox, and Harblu's gonna deny him, and Banny getting the headshot onto Indust, and that is big right there. As MixUp is now down 2 players, and they do have the full Uber, which gets forced as they are starting to work their way into mid here, trying to force them out, get this midpoint back. TLR is still over in IT right now, barely staying alive. Lansky will actually finish him off.
Platinum going for the med right now and gets shade. Boy, oh boy. Didn't even need the shoddy, and we've, again, as time is ticking down here, we're going for it. It's a lot happening right now. Zaylox sticking it in. There's only 2 players up and 1 respawn for MixUp, but it's blood and guts time, and he's got a scout in his face. ClokTruk finally down. I feel like Banny's already got more headshots than ClokTruk does, so maybe stick with the Banny train on Sniper. It's working.
It worked right there, and it's worked a couple other times, so I would not mind seeing that one there. But right now, as we take a look at what the medics are working with, as far as Uber goes, Indust actually has about a 35% advantage, so we'll see what they can do with that, as they are in mid right now, starting to work their way through. Duatna is putting a bit of pressure up there with some stickies, and I think I saw Banny. Yeah, Banny is actually back onto Sniper here. He's still there.
Yep.
So we're going to see what he can work. ClokTruk's going to be able to take down TLR, actually. Banny's still there, waiting to peek anything in choke. We have a lot of spam coming through in this choke right now, as ClokTruk's going to work his way in through sewer, but they were waiting for him, as Banny just keeping an eye on that choke right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to get anything. It's going to be tight. I think they know he's there as well, so they're going to have to stay out of his line of sight, definitely.
ClokTruk using that W button on his keyboard that he's so well known for. He wants to go in, but again, he's got to wait. He's a smart player. He doesn't just run into nothing here. But he is going to stay on scout. I mean, I can't say enough. You want to talk about players that can play every class strongly. I mean, my lord. But right now, I mean, ClokTruk just doing his job, just sort of scouting stuff out. And I'm looking at Banny again. We actually have. It's interesting. We have a second sniper, and it's TLR. And so MixUp sort of trying everything here as TLR just sort of looking down choke and seeing if he can pick something out. Certainly not the expected answer on Sniper, but do it up. I mean, TLR, another skilled player who can do it. See what Banny has here in response if he can get the drop on him.
Looks like they're going to have the little battle here. They're eyeing each other up with it right now, but nobody is going to go down, it looks like. So we're still just seeing this stalemate here, waiting for somebody to make the play. It's going to revolve around one of these snipers, most likely, to get that initial pick, and then work something in through either second or back into choke. It looks like Banny now actually going towards IT with this sniper, so let's see if he can work something, slowly peeking his way through. The anticipation building here as he's just waiting. Nobody's there for him, though.
He's gonna shoot that pipe.
Oh my goodness, he's still waiting for something. Sees Enigma, misses the shot. Now they're aware of him, and he's gonna be there. His teammates, though, coming to back him up, but still not able to work anything in and get a pick, just sitting at this stalemate still.
No, Gex, I mean, this is a situation, I've said right from the very beginning of this first map that the onus is sort of on Classic-MixUp to act and to be the aggressors. We're in a situation now as we tick down on the second half. We have, obviously, a kind of a big lead by Froyotech, and they can just kind of wait and sit. It's even more so true now that they can just sit and wait and make Classic-MixUp act. They can just sit back. The term parking the bus is used. Well, this is what we're doing here right now, and it's smart, though, because they have Banny who can just sit in the back of everything and just sort of wave every now and then and say, yeah, I'm here sniping heads. But certainly now I'm looking at MixUp to see what they can do, and a lot of pressure. I mean, Indus is here. They're sort of just planning their push out.
Looks like TLR is actually inside a sewer right now, trying to get something with the sniper as well. He's up there, sees Banny back there as the shutter came open. Still waiting for one of these guys to make the play, but nothing happening yet. TLR is going to try his luck over at choke, though, seeing what he can get, peeking out. Still not seeing anything as of yet. Takes a pipe and is going to go down by Duatna. So that's TLR taken completely out of the picture right there. And we'll see what they do with it. Looks like Froyotech's going to work their way back into mid here. Banny leading it as he was trying to get a pick before they moved in here. Still sitting in choke, actually. They're not going quite yet. They want Banny to get something here. Almost getting caught out, but staying alive. And Froyo's still sitting in this choke right here, just keeping that bus good and parked. Both teams at that 100% Uber, but here we go, just back to the second mid stalemate.
And I mean, I just think of Banny as sort of that insurance policy almost in the back. I mean, you can let MixUp come in, because if they come in, you're going to go ahead and just, you're going to headshot them. It's It's Banny. We know this guy.
Yeah.
And so finally now, here comes someone, and we've got the soldier jump in, and Banny got the SMG out and uses that to... Who needs a sniper rifle anyway, right? SMG kill, and now this is just going to break down here as we have some picks going on around middle right now. Blaze got taken down, so we had a trade, which is not so bad. It's not the worst outcome if you're a fan of Mix-Up, but certainly still on them, and I mean, Gex is going to be up to them for the rest of this half and the rest of this match to make something happen. Still not out of reach, but it is, as I said before, it's an uphill battle.
Time is just dwindling down right now. They're down 3 rounds to nothing, and they have about 17 minutes to work with here, but you know, plenty of time. But if they just continue to sit at these points, they're not going to be able to work anything and get the rounds that they need. So right now, looks like they're getting a little bit of aggression in towards IT, just kind of getting the buffs out on the Platinum, who's over there, just kind of peeking, checking a couple things out, but still no pushes. TLR has worked his way over towards sewers, and Zalox is going to meet up with him in there as well as they're waiting to make some sort of a play. But still, they're just sitting back here. And you know, Mix-Up, they need to start moving and doing something here. Blaze is going to come out, though, trying to get the bomb, and the force onto him, and he's going to get taken down in the process. Wasn't able to get it out onto him, but right now, actually, Lansky bombing in there, able to take down Harblue. Duatna picked up one as well on the TLR, so here they come, straight back in here. Froyotech working in Shade, hasn't used yet. Finally, Indust using his Uber in Shade, getting the counter pop off over by the choke, and Clockwork is going to go down, but guys just smashing the faces into each other here. Platinum falling to his death as Banny was able to finish him off, and Lansky bombing back in and getting taken down by Zalox, and Banny was able to finish him off. So now,
and guess what?
Mr.
Blaze came in and did nothing except just take out the medic, and so no heals now for Classic Mix-Up. And actually, as I say that, Shade down as well, so no heals. We got a good old-fashioned fight here, but Clockwork the only one left up. Mix-Up comes out on top, but remember, it's still 3-1 right now, and they're not out of time, but they're getting there. They've got to make something happen soon. Clockwork just sort of, you know, showing a little presence there. But 4G right now, they're going to get their respawns, and they're going to come out. They have defended, so far in this match, Gex, they've defended last pretty well, Froyotech has, a couple times that they've been there.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the time right now, though, that Mix-Up really needs to make that play and get in there. They're going to have almost about a 30% advantage on the Uber, so it's going to be enough to work in with. But as you said, Froyotech has held last well so far, and I did hear a little engineer. That was actually Banny who came up onto him, so he's going to try and get a little sentry up there waiting for this last hold, but the Uber is almost up right now for Indus, so let's see. They need to go immediately with it and try to work something with this advantage that they have as they start to work in now. Looks like they're going to take it rollout, starting to come through as they just come in with Platinum. Still haven't popped it yet, and now he's finally going to pop that Uber, and the sentry gun going down right away. Platinum bombing across, taking Enigma with the flash as well. Haven't been able to take down Shade yet, and he's going to be able to get that counter pop and save the point. Time down on the cap, but 3 down for Mix-Up right now, and I don't think they're really going to be able to do much of else with this, and just backing it up, back to second, back into choke here.
Composure. You think that's the key for Froyotech? I was about to bring us into their mumble comms actually on that defense to sort of, we haven't really heard their comms much yet. We want to, I feel like they're just playing their game. They're just sitting back. They know what they're doing. They're not panicking right now. They are still sort of in the driver's seat, I feel like, if only by a little bit. And again, if you're Mix-Up, you're sort of getting to that point where it's the nitty-gritty, and if you're going to win this map, it's got to be now. I mean, not slowing down is Froyotech. They're not a team to slow down. I've mentioned it. I don't know if their S keys are broken on their keyboard or what, but they're forward, forward, forward. A really good, though, I mean, Mix-Up already right now at middle. We've got TLR just standing there waiting. The height advantage right now, and Indus continuing to play well. Really good positioning. I haven't really seen Indus make a mistake. Same goes for Shade thus far.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and as far as drops go, if either of them have, at least for Indus, it was just unfortunate positioning and timing as far as snipers and things like that go. So, so far playing well from both medics, but right now, as we said, Froyo does have that 3-round lead here at the moment. Banny going down, TLR's rocket. We're still sitting here in choke as Platinum's starting to work his way through. They have a couple guys over towards sewer as well. Zalox is over there. He's going to get some stickies out. And here comes TLR with a big bomb right in on the Shade here. Can he get the force? Wasn't able to get it and getting taken down by Clockwork. But here comes Enigma back into exchange and take him down. So MixUp pushing their way back into the second point here. Both teams still with this full Uber charge. And actually Shade is going to pop his off as well as MixUp. They're going to use theirs and keep in on this second point here. Banny's still down low trying to get something, but Enigma is going to shut him down. So now Froyotech going back and holding last. Once again, we're going to have even Ubers. Let's see how the push works out.
You know, you talk about ballsy. I mean, we talked about earlier how MixUp have sort of a couple times gotten players taken out when they're about to defend last, and I'm not seeing that in Froyotech. I saw them very smartly get out there, knowing that if they lost too many players, I mean, it would be a real easy camp for MixUp. And so good awareness and good sort of smarts by them. I mean, they're still playing aggressive as we have Blaze coming out. Maybe I spoke too soon, I don't know, but trying to force a whole push out of, get all of MixUp to back out, and we've got big picks on Lange and Shade and Banny. MixUp are doing it, and so perhaps it was Caster's curse or Caster's confirmation now, as we've got Carl Enigma taking it, and we're looking at a 3-2. Suddenly we've got a game on our hands, Gex, with 12 minutes left, and we talked about Froyotech. I want to hear their comms. What do you say?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Almost on left.
Soldier fast. Roof.
Here, choke.
Pushing him. Both soldiers far right.
It's an aggressive on the soldiers.
Really rare. Both soldiers on point. Start pushing C. Start pushing. Pushing now. Coming in that.
Scout 40.
I'm chasing.
Scout's fight.
I'm dead. That's so random. Just scout mid. So you see versus mid scout.
Do you get the sense that Froyotech are getting their wake-up call a little bit, or what?
Yeah.
Gotta hear the tone there.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, they are serious business there. They, you know, they want to get this done. They did get the mid there. A nice little arrow from Shade as well to take down TLR in the process. So they do get this middle point here. Looks like Shade is going to have a pretty significant advantage with his Uber right here, around 30%, but I don't think the numbers have come back up yet. Here comes the cavalry as they get back in towards this middle here. So we're going to see a hold here that MixUp is, they can't afford to go down another round at this point. They need to be able to hold off this second point, or at least hold into last with this. And if they go down, oh boy, it's just going to be, it's not going to be too pretty though. Lansky going down right now, so
Indus was taking a lot of damage and got down to about 80 or so, but regen and I think grabbed the pack, and so there was good pressure from Froyotech. As a matter of fact, they're thinking drop. I mean, Froyotech knows here that if they can shut down one big push by this MixUp team, it could spell the end, and so I don't think the Froyotech's just going to sit right back. I mean, they certainly have the capability to come in and look at this, try to spoil the party as we have Soldier in. Clockwork in now as well on Scout, and they're not sitting down. They're not going to let MixUp just bowl them over.
That was a good surf there from Indus too, as he kept himself out of danger. Didn't have to force or pop that Uber, but Duatna is going to get Enigma. It's one down for each squad right now as MixUp has worked their way back into their choke now as well. They're suspecting somebody behind them. I don't think they're there though, but it looks like they're just going to go ahead and work their way back onto their second point here. Once again, it's Froyotech starting to work through. They're actually down 2 players right now, MixUp is, so they need to be careful. Here comes Froyotech, very aggressive. Lansky denied though on that, and they are going to pop that Uber to save him, and now the counter pop coming in from MixUp as well. Enigma is going to take out Blaze, and now Froyo working their way back, waiting for that Uber to fade out here, and Zaylock's getting aggressive over there. Indus trying to stay alive, he does, as he was actually able to get the arrow into Clockwork, so here comes MixUp straight back in through IT here, it looks like, as TLR is going to finish off Banny, but now Froyotech pushed on back into the mid, a little bit more towards their choke, it seems, but now it's just going to be a battle for this mid all over again, it looks like, or MixUp still staying on that second, actually.
Well, ClassicMixUp, I mean, it seems like they're fighting with themselves that they want to make moves, and they're trying to pick the perfect time and the perfect spot. I got to give credit to Froyo, who are just sort of shutting them down, and I think that Froyotech are very smartly, they're ahead in the chess game, if you want to think of it that way. I think that what I'm seeing from MixUp is they're playing reactively too much, and I don't think they're initiating often enough. You know, I think that Froyo is just sort of a step ahead, and that's the feeling that I get so far. Now, that may change as we move on to future maps or whatnot, but I just feel like if we're talking, if we're calling it chess, Froyo, I don't know any chess metaphors, but I think Froyo's ahead in the chess match just by a move.
Yeah, it seemed like it throughout the course of this match here. It's just Froyo's, as you said, just been a step ahead, and they've always seemed to be making the plays that start off all of, you know, breaking the stalemates and everything. So right now, a player down for each team, and MixUp still sitting back here. They're down 2 rounds. They do need to think about making a play here soon. It looks like Froyotech's working in. Lange's going to get up onto the battlements, and that Uber is going to get popped out of Indust right there, and the counter pop coming in from Shade. So here they go. TLR is going to be able to work in on them in sewers, though, as he lights up Duatna, finally taking him down. Still a battle going on in here. Lange actually Clockwork able to clean up on TLR right there. So now MixUp down a couple players, but Froyotech is down a couple as well. Zayloc's able to get one as well as Harblu. Lange taking down Indus, so it's only 2 up right now actually for Froyotech. But MixUp did lose the medic in the process, which is of course never a good thing.
Very nice job by Shade, though, just sitting in there healing up Lange. They had a scout in their face, and is Shade able to get those heals out and stay alive? It's pretty impressive. Oh, just as I say it, Enigma goes ahead and takes out Shade. Shade did a great job to stay up there and keep his Uber until that just happened. It was kind of surprising, but now we're going to see a big old Uber advantage in the side of Classic-MixUp, and this has got to be it. It's time now. There's 7.5 minutes. The longer you wait against this Froyotech team, the more they sort of, as we had a lot of picks going down here all around second. You can't wait too long, Gex, with this Froyotech team.
No, not at all. They need to get this Uber. They have such big advantage still here. I mean, they're going to be looking at around somewhat of like an 80% advantage right here as they start to move in towards this mid right here. Platinum getting Banny, but Clockwork really did a lot of work on that second point there. Got a couple of big frags, but here comes MixUp coming straight back in here. Platinum almost going down there. It looked like he was getting hurt, but Enigma is going to finish off Blaze. Froyotech getting pushed back into the choke at the moment, and here comes MixUp. They do get this midpoint, and they still have this Uber to work with here into second if they choose so, but I think Froyotech knows well enough to just work their way back, and they have popped the Uber in through the choke here, but most of the players are going to be able to get their way back to last already, as they have one of the players there from MixUp getting aggressive. Duatna was able to pick up 2, actually. I didn't even see that one happen. But right now it's 2 down for each squad right now, and actually Banny trying to get back in to stop that second cap, but it's not going to happen as he's having a fight here with Enigma. They're having a battle down here on the second. He's actually going for the medic instead, and finally Enigma going down. He couldn't pick up any of the frags there, and here comes Froyotech just rolling straight back in here, taking back this second point. Looks like they might be able to do something into this mid here as well.
Dix, I was about to say that it's Enigma time. Enigma went on a run there. He doesn't have a kill streak on his weapon, but he picked out, it seemed to me like 4 or 5. I was just following along there, and he did get sort of caught in a, you know, 1 scout versus scout and medic fight, which is never fun. Almost picked out Shade, didn't quite, but I feel like it's Enigma Awakens time as he gets another pick there, gets Blaze, gets an assist. It's Enigma wake up time. Not wake up, certainly, but I'm watching him. Enigma's the star in this last 5.5 minutes. That's my prediction. Let's see.
Yeah, he's been on the roll right here.
He's on second right now, just chilling. I mean, we've seen Enigma so many times. I mean, we've seen back caps on process. It's not the big back cap map, but it is possible. We saw one actually already earlier. We've seen little last shenanigans, so I don't know. I'm watching Enigma.
Yeah, he's looking, just sitting on the point right now. They do have a full Uber, though. MixUp does right now. They had an advantage, but looks like they're not going to go ahead and work off of that. They've waited a bit too long to do anything with it. So here they go. Both teams going to have this full Uber right here. We'll see if somebody can get in to make the play right here. A lot of spam going back and forth over and roll out between Platinum and somebody, but both of them going to back off. So right now we're just waiting for the play to come through, and you know, Froyotech's just going to park that bus and sit there until MixUp makes the play. So they're waiting actually on Harblu to make that play, as he is on Sniper. He was over by Shutter, but he's going to work back around, try and work it from a different point here, sitting over towards rollout, seeing if he can grab something. Sees one, misses the shot though. He's going to have to find another way to get in and do something with his sniper rifle, but they do have to make the play right here is MixUp.
Enigma, the star that I called out, he's just sitting on second right now because that's all he has to do. Yeah. The only scout right now, but it's going to happen, I'm telling you. And down there's a pick there. Banny goes down, and that was a headshot from Harblu, and so again, MixUp sort of rotating on the snipers, and I think that's is that going to be enough here? It is Banny, it's just one player, but they lose TLR now as well. That's a lot of their firepower, and just waiting. They do have just under 4 minutes to go. This one could come down to the wire here, Gex. I mean, under 4 minutes, it is 3-2. MixUp could easily tie this up as the Highlander defense scrambles to be put up by Froyotech.
Yeah, that is... right now, they do have a full Uber as well here. MixUp does, so this is going to be close here. We're down to about 3 minutes and 35 seconds left on this round as they've started to work their way into lobby here. MixUp has Blaze taking down Enigma. Here comes the pop out of MixUp as they come out of this lobby right here. They're not really looking like they're doing much with this here. Platinum takes down the Sentry, but they're still sitting in lobby, and Platinum and Teal are both going down right there. Not the situation that MixUp wants to be in, and I think they're just going to have to start working back here as Hardblue able to get clockwork, but still down a lot of players, and here comes Froyo back into second.
Enigma lost a very key one-on-one in near second against Clockwork, a scout 1v1, and it seems to have just sort of been the catalyst that let 4G just come right out. Would have been really big there if Enigma could have taken out Clockwork and they could have pushed in the right side there, but as it stands, 2 minutes, 48 seconds to go. It is not outside of the realm of possibility, but certainly now MixUp has got to do that again and keep it moving. Right now, there's a slight Uber advantage. I mean, again, we've talked about it. Froyo just sitting on it. They don't have to do anything. We saw, you know, they can sit back and they can just wait. They're not going to do it, but maybe they could. There's messages right now. I mean, we're just playing just regular sixes as it looks like we have a pause, the first pause of the tournament.
We do, and I'm not sure if that's an issue with a computer or anything, or MixUp's strategizing at the moment.
Tactical
or something.
pause?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're going to have to do something with this very little time that is left on the clock right now. I mean, it's working against them. Definitely not impossible, as you said, but it's going to be tough for them to get something going here. I mean, you know, right now, Froyo, let's take a look at least what's going on. They're sitting back on the second point, waiting for MixUp to make that play, but you know, it's questionable, man. I don't know if MixUp can pull this one off.
One thing I've sort of noticed as time went on, if you've been watching from the start of this match, as we're back live, I'll get to that in a sec. We're gonna check this out because we're coming down to the wire here. 2:25 to go, and MixUp can certainly do this. We've seen them beat the last defense and plow their way through with little resistance if they can put it together and if they can get the timings right. They've already lost Harb, unfortunately. And so they're kind of wild card guy. Now I'm wondering if that's a sack to come up on Sniper or something like that. We'll see how this plays out, although second still not capped from MixUp. They've got to do that first. Looks like we had a player that had issues on the Froyotech side, but that'll catch up here in just a moment. Platinum put in a ton of pressure on Shade. Clockwork is down, but boy, oh boy, it seems like MixUp won it now, and they finally now pop off. Plat going to take this in, trying to take down, well, you can't shoot an Uber combo, but I mean, they're taking the position they need to take. We have a minute 40 left here now, and it's all hands on deck. Lange and Banny are both down, and Lange on that 10-second respawn.
Looks like a mix-up, though. They're just going to keep the pressure up. I like this play from them right here, taking down a few more. They're down 3 players right now, getting on the cap. Can they keep them from getting it? They're all on it right now. They come up heavy, but they get the cap. And there it is, classic mix-up. Coming back, staying strong there. I like it.
With a minute and 15 to go, they tie it up, and we're looking at threes, and so I don't know if a minute and 10 is enough time to do anything, but certainly we could be looking at a tie at the end of regulation here. We'll see how this plays out. I'm looking at Zalox, who's on this rollout, and I think if you're mixed up right now, you're just kind of shaking with excitement. You're sort of fired up on adrenaline. Lancey's coming in. He's going to try to sort of close down that flank a little bit, but it looks like the 4G combo in trouble. Big shot there by Lansky, getting the air shot and trying to follow it up. Hardblue sneaks behind, used it. Did he teleport? He was somehow behind the combo there. The only player left up is Banny, who's going to do his damnedest, but he goes down. Classic mix-up, 35 seconds. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough.
We've seen stranger things happen in TF2, Gex.
Yeah. There have been stranger things. I don't know if it's gonna be anything that they can do here. It's about 20 seconds. They're gonna have a pretty much perfect second point here and do something with it. They are on the cap right now. It looks like Froyo is actually going to set up here and just sit on last right now. They don't want to wipe the players. They're going to keep the pressure on, and they're just about to get the Uber. They do pop it in over on the shutter side. I don't know if they're going to have enough time here to do anything with it as they bomb in. TLR going in, and there it is in the time. is going to.
So we will end in a tie.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was close though. My Lord.
Whew, that was insane. Mix-up capping with just what was that, a minute and what left?
Minute 15.
Oh man, it came down to the wire.
I'm sweating, Gex.
Yeah, I know. I feel it. I'm up here. I probably have a shiny forehead. You all can take a look at. My goodness, it was. That was an incredible game there, ending in a tie. So
we're looking at Mix-Up there now, who are pleased with themselves. Obviously, what can you say?
I mean, you know, it showed good resiliency there from Mix-Up to keep at it in that game. I mean, they went down 2-0 on that first half. You know, probably a little bit discouraging, making a few key mistakes. But, you know, as I said, all they needed to do was fix a couple of things, and it looks like that's what they did. And they came back and tied it up, and I mean, it could have been much worse for them there. So good job, well done by them. Yeah, so yeah. So I mean, you know, there it is. I don't know what else to say. Just excellent play all around from Mix-Up to be able to come back in that.
Really turning it up in that second half and finding the formula, I guess.
Yes.
I mean, it's a new lineup, but we've mentioned that they've been scrimming the hell out of this game for the past several weeks. They're not, you know, there's nothing for them to learn. These are pros. They're all LAN-proven guys. They've literally all been to LAN. Some of them, you know, a billion times if you're a Plat or a Harb, Enigma. But absolutely, I mean, they've turned it on. It seems like they're here now. They're at 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, I mean, nobody knew what to expect coming into this LAN. If this is any indication, I mean, these two teams are ready, at least.
Yeah, it looks like both of them are ready to rock and roll here. I mean, that was such a good game. You know, at first, I was wondering how that squad was going to face off against such a connected Froyotech squad. I mean, the guys have all been together for a while now, and, you know, all the many championships that they've won and big ones, but, you know, Mix-Up proving themselves there a little bit, I think, to be able to just come back, stay strong there. You know, overall very good. So pleased with that. I think we're going to go ahead and move ourselves on here to, I think we have, what's that, Badlands coming up next after this?
So let's see what we, for this tournament format, I'm not sure if we're allowing ties or not. Let's get confirmation on that.
Might do some overtime, trying to figure some of these things out here, because they haven't changed the map yet, so I'm assuming there might be something. There's a golden cap round.
Just like
golden
Europe.
Cap. Oh, man.
So the Golden Cap round, it's played typically a 30-minute again. I'm not sure if that's the length of time we're playing, but basically it's like soccer or any number of sports. Whoever takes the first round wins it and takes it. And this is, of course, the first map that we've played here in a good starter. Are we going to be able to top this going forward?
I don't know, man. I hope so, but it's going to be hard after seeing this, especially with this Golden Cap coming out. They always turn out to be something that's, you know, pretty freaking exciting.
Well,
so
when you look at the history of teams, Banny's teams and Platinum's teams, there have been some ties and some golden caps and some classic moments. I'm thinking of a recent LAN where there was an Ubersaw play on the Snakewater map. So maybe we'll see some heroics going forward here. But looks like the teams are just doing their thing and talking it over. So let me ask you now, Gex. Who has the momentum going into this? Do Mix-Up have the momentum, or are we still neck and neck?
You know, I think Mix-Up might have just the slightest edge right now, a little bit of momentum, because, I mean, think about what they came back from. They were down, and things were pretty, you know, not until later on in that second half when they really started to make some things happen. I mean, you know, I think they have a bit of momentum right now, but definitely can't underestimate Froyotech right now, because, I mean, this is where their experience and cohesiveness can really show, is coming out here in this Golden Cap round and just completely annihilating them if they, you know, if they play as that unit. But still, I'd have to give the edge just a bit to Mix-Up in this one, just as far as that momentum factor goes.
Absolutely. If you are just joining us here at the GXL LAN, this is the first map that we've played. It is Froyotech and Mix-Up, and it has been a thriller. We don't have the score up there right now, but we're heading into a Golden Cap round. My name is Get a Whale. His name is Gex. What's the key here in a Golden Cap round with teams this even? I mean, does it come down to a lucky pick or a good middle? Is it as simple as that?
Sometimes it can be all just up to that mid. I mean, I've seen some Golden Cap rounds where I remember, I think it was an ECA LAN, a few seasons back in particular, where it came down to just a 1-versus-1 scout battle on that mid, and that was completely determined. So here we go. They're coming in to that middle. Let's see how it plays out.
Take us through it, sir.
All right, here we go. We're going to watch Now watch these demo here coming in first, see what they can work with the damage. Very initially, TLR is going to get in very quick, getting crate control there up top as they start to work in on this right side a bit here. It looks like Froyotech liking this right side here. Lange and Blaze getting that double soldier aggression there over onto them. No frags as of yet. There's Shade getting an arrow into Zalox, and Banny taking down TLR, so that's going to be 3 down right now. DrShdwPuppet gets one, just mowing over them on this mid right here, and that will be the mid cap over to them, and they're just going to keep that pressure up, going straight into the second point right now as they lead that scout back, and this is going to be tough. They have a huge Uber advantage, and things are looking good for Froyotech right now. Screw what I said about the momentum, because right there, Froyotech just mowed him on that mid.
It can come down to this. I saw clockwork being clockwork. If that's not patented yet as a phrase, it should be. The second cap is going to get finished down. We have a heavy standing upstairs. Who do you think it is? It's Harblu himself, who's been the designated off-classer, I guess. Enigma trying to challenge on the left side here, trying to back Clockwork out of here on these 1v1s. Oh, and he gets Clockwork, which is fairly important. I mean, a lot of these scout 1v1s can determine who holds a flank or who doesn't hold a flank, and especially on this last point with so many doors, that can be important. So the scouts, almost more important when we're looking at this last.
Right now, we see both teams do have that full Uber, and just going to be, nobody wants to make the mistake right now. That's the big thing, but Harblu has come up onto Sniper. He's going to try to work a play here, and Clockwork is on Sniper as well, so we'll see if he can work something. Harblu is in the lobby right now waiting to make that play, but he's going to get spammed out. As we take a look and see what Clockwork is doing at the moment, he's worked his way in the lobby, and he's going to get aggressed by Enigma there and get taken down, so that is going to be him out of the picture. Now, Froyo down 1, as it looks like MixUp getting a little bit of pressure into this lobby here. Harblu working his way back over with the Sniper, seeing if he can work something, playing up on the lobby stairs. It's going to be close, seeing if he can get something. The bomb coming in from TLR, but getting shut down by Banny, and Harblu's going to have to run back here into last. And now it's just going to be still waiting for the play to happen.
Well, it was a fantastic job there to force, and because now still holding on to Uber is Classic-MixUp, and it is going to be helpful, but certainly a lot of this is going to just come down to what can they do here at last and how well can they hold Harbs. Coming back up on Scout, as a matter of fact, was on heavy there for a moment, but I don't know what the strategy is here. I'm watching these mix-up players to see what are they thinking and just sort of coming out. I mean, Platt is not waiting. I mean, Platt being Platt, and he's going to try to bully this whole team out here, jumping in. Very smart move, knowing they have the advantage. Mix-up, I mean, they're playing it to a T. They're very smart. They're going to at least take the second here, and ideally, in the Classic-MixUp world, they want to keep this momentum going if they can. They want to close down their flanks and make sure no one gets behind them. I think they're going to chill now because they know that they've got an Uber coming right back in their face, Gex.
Yeah, they weren't really able to do all that much with theirs there. Really just used to bully them out of that second point. It looks like Froyotech's going to take this in through IT right here. They're starting to work in. TLR is up top. He actually is going to take down Duatna, almost getting Blaze as well, but Blaze able to finish him off. So there is the pop from Shade. As now MixUp just working their way back. They weren't really able to do all that much with that either, and that's going to leave Indust with a pretty sizable advantage here if they decide to push back out. Froyo still sitting on the second point, however, as they have just capped it, but here we are, sitting back at this last hold.
Yeah, and we're slingshotting Ubers, which is could be good, could be bad, depending what team you like. So now we have a full Uber held onto and just trying to chip away. I missed who that was. I believe it was Clockwork who came in, and we had a force, speaking of Ubers, on this blue one, and well, they're going to take this second back, but again, we're in this slingshotting situation, so if they can't pick up a pick on Shade, it's going to be the same situation again. Uber coming right back, and so something has got to give here, Gex. We need a med pick. I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah, that's when you have these kind of situations, that's the thing that you really need to do, which, you know, somebody could work the sniper play here eventually, but they can't when they have this Uber about to come right back into them. So here they come, popping out of lower IT. Both the soldiers getting up in the faces of everybody that was up top there. Enigma's still inside a rollout. He's getting absolutely denied by Lange. The Uber is popped. Here they come straight back in towards last right here. They haven't even capped the second point yet. Getting a lot of frags out. MixUp down 4 players right now, and Platinum dueling it out with Banny. Lange coming in to save the day, and he's going to take him down. So it's only Harblu that survived, who is on Spy at the moment.
And he's just been living. He's been up on it a while, and oh boy, doesn't get anything.
Getting taken down by Lange.
Harb's going for it. You only live once. I've heard a phrase based on that before, but
somebody told me that.
It's going to be a repush here, and it looks really good right now for Froyotech, although there is a defense.
Oh my goodness! What a save on the point there. They're still
Blaze
trying
still on it, and Eyelash wins it right now. Only Platt left.
Oh man! Woo!
Finally taking it is Froyotech, but what a hell of a defense there. Almost managing to hold on was MixUp. Kind of a heartbreaker finish there in the Golden Cap round, and that's our first map of the day. I feel like we're done already, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. Like, that one got me sweating too, that Golden Cap there. I mean, that was just nuts. Almost saving it. I mean, they had so much time on the point, and they just bombed back in. Barely saved it, but then in the end, they're Dwatner just rocking them with the stickies right onto the point there, man. Couldn't do too much about it. So there it is, map 1, over to Froyotech.
That's map 1, and so everybody's favorite map, shout out to Papa Smurf, Badlands coming up next, and if we need a third map, it's going to be CP Sunshine. I guess the question of who has the momentum in the upper hand now is answered. We will have a break, obviously, a brief break between this and the second map, but you got to feel like when they come back, Froyotech is going to be feeling pretty good. World champs.
Yeah, literally. I mean, that is... Winning a big Golden Cap like that, it gives you so much momentum moving forward, too. They're going to take that into the second map and keep it rolling. They're going to try to, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if MixUp comes out with a bit of defense there, because they showed that resiliency on this map. Though they didn't win, they did show that resiliency, and I think they're going to still put up one hell of a fight here coming into the second map.
I agree. We've seen a lot of classic MixUp teams, and I don't want to speak ill of prior MixUp teams, but this one is, they're doing it.
Yeah.
All my fears are gone. They're absolutely capable, and so we are switching maps here right now. I think that we're going to take just maybe a brief, say, 5-minute break or so, or just as long as it takes for the players to set up. And so second map, Badlands, is coming right up. Stay tuned. We'll see you in a few minutes.